Woo! It is chilly this morning. So at the time of this recording, it's actually 2 days until it's officially spring, and it is about 30 degrees this morning with a feel like temperature of about 20. So yeah, I decided to come out and get some things done. It's supposed to be sunny and it looks really pretty out. So I decided to go ahead and trim these blueberry bushes that really need it. I haven't trimmed them since I've had them. They're, gosh, these are probably 10 years old at least. I've got these two really big bushes right here, one here, and then this one's really big, and you can see some of that main stalk there is really good size, and I haven't trimmed this at all, but you can see now that all the buds are out, and this is the time when you are supposed to trim them so that you can tell where the berries are and where the leaves are. So like I said, I've never actually trimmed my blueberry bushes, but I'm going to at least try to trim off some of the branches that aren't producing anything, get some of the dead ones off of here, and some of the ones in the middle maybe that are crossing or touching, rubbing on each other, because that is the most important part. But just like fruit trees, these need to be pruned, and I just haven't done it at all. Actually, I have one back here behind me that's tiny, and it looks almost like it's completely dead, so I'm really going to prune a lot of it back and see how it does this coming summer and see if it produces. But these haven't actually produced a lot, but they have a lot of blooms, it looks like, gonna happen on them. If you'll kind of look at some of these, I mean, some of these have a lot of where there's gonna be blooms, and I don't know if maybe the birds get to them before I do or what. But we're gonna give it a try and see how it works out for me. Alright, that's really all I think I'm going to do on that one. You know, kind of new at this, so I did get some dead off. I did get some branches that really don't have buds on them. And we'll see how it is. Do this maybe again next year and see how it works. Alright, on to the next one. I'm going to get this big one done, and I'm going to look at these little ones. I've got one that I think is actually dead. And then a really small one really doesn't have a whole lot on it, so it may be trimmed quite a bit. I don't even know if you can see that. That was a bush. And then here's this little one. You can see there's actually some little blooms on it, but I mean, for the most part, it doesn't have much. So it is a little bit later. After I trimmed the blueberry bushes, I went inside because it was quite chilly. My hands were freezing cold. Now, while it's not it's a few degrees warmer, but it doesn't feel as cold out. The sun is really, really out now, and I have some elderberry cuttings. So I went and got these on my way home. I went to my mom and dad's house, and I cut these. So supposedly you can put this in the ground and it will form a root, and then this will be the top part. So I've got a few of these I'm going to try. I'm going to put it in this soil just until like later, until they root, and then of course I'll move them. But this soil is kind of sandy, and stuff really grows well. It doesn't compact, and that's what I want it to do. Or I should say, that's what I don't want it to do, is compact. I don't want the soil to compact. I want to be able to just put these down in there and leave them and let them root. And then I'm going to go around our property and see if I can find some, because I know there's one down by the road, but I couldn't find it on my way home. So I've just got some things to do, some dirt to move. I've got some stuff to clip off, and I'm going to do that. But I can see things a lot right now because not everything is green. Russian olives are green, honeysuckle is coming out, and so are elderberries. And my husband says something else that is kind of like will take over. So that is the plan. I'm going to go do that. I think I'm going to try to get my potatoes planted and maybe my strawberries in pots. I'm not really sure yet if I'm going to put them in the bed or pots or what I'm going to do. They haven't came back out where I planted them last year, so I'm just going to probably assume that they're not going to come out. See how that is. Oh yeah, that's nice and loose. Don't have anything planted there right now, just I do have right there. But yeah, so I'm just gonna take these and put them down in there. Don't have to be real far apart because I am going to move these. They're not going to stay here. The only one I'm not sure about is this one right here because I accidentally cut it. It only has one spot on it. So I'm hoping maybe there will be some blooms come out right here. Oh, let's see, I've got 7. So we'll see how they go. So I'm out here foraging in the woods, and I was actually looking at like trees up, you know, like where Russian olives are and things like that, and kind of the size of the elders that my mom and dad have on their property. But what I wasn't looking for are these tiny ones that I have. I almost missed some of these. These are tiny. These are elders. This one right here, I took a cutting off the top, left it. There's another one right there. And they're really small. I have dug up 2 of them, like this one, it's tiny. I took a picture of this tree that they are beside. I don't know that I'll ever find these again. I really need to like stake them or somehow remember where they're at. I don't know if I can like pinpoint it with like GPS on my phone or something. I have no idea. But I'm excited that I actually have elders on our property because I didn't think we had any. So I do have a few now. I dug up a couple. Those are the smaller ones, and I've got a clipping or 2, so I'm going to take those up and I'm going to put those in the same bed that I put the other ones for my mom and dad's, but on the other side so I can kind of tell them apart, and we'll see how they do. Hopefully they all live. So I decided to come back outside. I went in, I was like, it's just really cold out after you're out here in the wind for a little bit, but I decided to come back out. I've got potatoes that I need to get in the ground, and I have strawberry plants that I just got from Gurney's, so I need to probably get all that in the ground. Looking at the weather, I'm not even going to be able to get out here until probably next week or next weekend, just depending on how it works. It is going to be nice and pretty on Monday. I work on Monday. I could do it that evening. I could also do it tomorrow too, on Sunday at the time of this recording, and but I try not to do a whole lot on Sunday. I just really like to kind of relax a little bit. So I think I'm going to go ahead and plant these and get them in the ground, and hopefully that will work out because it is supposed to be cold and it's supposed to then get warmer and of course rain a whole bunch. But since we are outside and I'm in the greenhouse right now and it's kind of windy out, it's much warmer in here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and cut my potatoes while I'm in here, and that way they'll be ready to go and I can just put them in the ground. I won't have to look at them while I'm out there and try to decide which one I'm going to do, and be that much colder. So these are red Pontiac potatoes that I got from Gurney's, and I'm just going to, there's 2 eyes on this one, so I'm just going to cut that one in half and put it in my basket, and hope that works okay. Bag number 1 done, and that was, let's see, 2 pounds of potatoes. So our bag is 2 pounds, so I'm going to have 4 pounds of potatoes. Alright, let's take the trowel and the potatoes out. I was trying to decide earlier which bed I'm actually going to put these in. I have beets and some sugar snap peas planted, which have come up and are still doing okay. I do have asparagus in this bed here, and then I have horseradish over there. I guess I could put them over here. They will still get lots of sun. They will get some shade later though, so I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't put those there. I don't want to put them in the new beds because that has a lot of I can't dig down very far because it has a lot of branches and stuff like that. So I'm going to do just surface sow, stuff like that. It doesn't have to go down very far. So let's see. I think I may move over one bed and put them over here instead of putting them right up against the greenhouse. All right, I think I'm going to reserve that one for anything that might need shade. I don't know. And then maybe put them here. I don't think it really matters. It's going to get lots of sun anyways. It is going to be shaded in the evening, but still going to get lots of sun. All right, so here's our basket of potatoes. I am going to move them over here by the greenhouse. We're just going to go with it. I moved the irrigation out of the way and got the rake and kind of moved this, smoothed it out as best as I could. I am going to put about 12 potatoes in here. I'll put 2 rows, and I'll put them about a foot apart in those rows. Alright, time to put irrigation back and go ahead and put potatoes in the bed. I was going to think about it. So I ended up with quite a few, and I'm going to go ahead and plant these in that other raised bed and see how that works out. Alright, back in the greenhouse because it's warmer in here. I got 35 potato plants planted. So I will mark that down in my book and on my garden planner that I got 18 in one and 17 in the other, which actually works out well because there is a thyme plant in that other one. So hopefully that's okay. I didn't even look that up. But the plan is to plant lots of herbs out here with all the vegetables and the fruits and stuff, and flowers as well. I've got lots of flowers planted, and I'm getting ready to start some more herbs and things as well. So that is on the planner. I am behind a little bit on some stuff, but that's okay. I still feel a little bit more organized than what I have been in the past. But now it is time to plant some strawberries. So there are 25 Ozark Beauties in here. And I have debated going back and forth whether to put them in the raised beds that they were in when they did really well, or put them in a tower that I still haven't made yet. So the raised bed has won out because the tower is not made, and they did really well over there. The chickens are actually up right now. We went away for a couple days, and so I had to put them up, and after counting them I realized that we have lost a few because they've been venturing out quite a ways from the coop into the woods, and I don't think it's our dogs. I saw a couple spots where there were feathers, but I think things have been just taking off with them, so that is not cool. So they're up, and they're gonna stay up for right now. I have to figure out something else so they won't free range quite that far. I do want them out eating grass, so I'm thinking about poultry netting. If you've used that, let me know if you like it or not. I'm thinking about getting some of that and kind of moving it around and having different spots where they can eat. But anyways, that's for a later video. I'm going to go ahead and get these open, make sure I have 25 plants, see how many I actually do have in that bag, and kind of plan out what I'm going to put out there. So I ended up with 27, if I counted right. And so I'm going to split them up and put 12 and or actually 13 and 14 in one bed and 14 in the other, I should say. So here is potatoes. I got the irrigation done down, so now I know there's something in there, and I got this one done too. So I have 2 beds of potatoes. I'm kind of winging this. I'm not really planning, which is probably not real great, but I do have quite a few raised beds to fill. So this one is horseradish. You can see that coming up. That other half is not, was supposed to be, but it did not survive, I guess. And that is asparagus that hasn't came up yet. Now, because you can put strawberry plants every 12 to 15 inches, I could actually put 18 in each bed because they are 3 by 6. But I'm just going to go ahead and space them out, divide them, and give them plenty of room because eventually they're going to put out runners and put more plants in there anyways, and that's kind of what I want them to do. So that is the plan, is to just divide them up, put 13 in one, 14 in the other, and go with it from there. A new day, and it's kind of chilly, kind of rainy. We are expecting some warmer weather, but lots of rain. So I did get potatoes planted, and I did get my strawberries planted, and of course ran out of battery. So the next step is I wanted to get my carrots planted and some radish planted, so I did that. So this is kind of funny. So I was going to take this apart anyways. I just noticed I was out here, messing with the dirt. The chickens, of course, are put up, but cats. We have cats, and they were messy in it, so I had to put that over the top of it. I just planted these radishes. I planted some Crimson Giants, so I'm getting ready to put something over the top of this. I'm not gonna have to worry about watering because it is now raining and gonna rain for a few days. So hopefully it doesn't wash my seed away. So I think this is gonna kind of help too. Putting this over the top of it will kind of help not let the rain just beat down on it either. I'm in the greenhouse. It's a little bit warmer in here. At least I'm not getting rained on. I have brought out my cabbages, kohlrabis, kales, things like that, so that I can kind of get them used to this weather. I usually bring them out. I haven't been doing a very good job with that, hardening them off. So I'm gonna leave them out here in the greenhouse while it starts to warm up. I am gonna shut the main door though, because I don't want the cats in here, and I just know they're gonna get in there. These did not turn out super great. Like, these did good. Those over there did good. These, some of this older seed that I had of the kohlrabi from a couple years ago didn't seem to germinate as good. It could be my soil as well. So I don't know. We're gonna wait and see. I do though have a couple of like a sunflower and a coleus, and I've got some black peony poppies that I probably don't need to leave out here too long. But I do have some more stuff I wanted to plant. I was actually going to get some of this planted out, but I don't think that's going to happen today. It's raining, it's cold, and it's turning into evening soon, and I think I'm going to go in. Funny thing is, I did find something that I've been missing. So I bought a pair of snips the other day because the ones I have here are older. I've had them. They're the first pair I bought. And then I bought a new pair, I thought last year. Couldn't find them, and I'm sure I laid them down somewhere. So I bought a new pair the other day whenever I was in town, because I stopped by and I got those cuttings. And look what I found today in the raised bed where I put the carrots. I don't know. There was tomatoes there last year, and so all I can think of is I laid these down and obviously forgot about them because they've been out there all winter long. So I'm going to take them in, clean them up, see if I need to oil them or anything. And so now I have 3 pair, 2 fairly new pair of snips. So, you never have too many of those, right? Since it's raining, I didn't get to write all this down, so I'll have to write it down in the house and then hopefully mark them later. But these are the carrots that, these are new. I haven't sown these before or grew these before. Those are on each end, and then I have these little ones here. These did really well last year, so I actually have the old ones that I used and a new set, or a new package. And I really liked these. And then I also got these black ones because they did really well last year as well. So I bought another package of those. This barely had anything in it, and so did that. So I just sprinkled those in there with them. But hopefully I remember where all these are. So I am going to plant these again in the fall. Like, I'm a little behind. It's actually probably the week, yeah, it's the week after that. And I don't know that I'll sow them again. Maybe in a couple weeks. Maybe wait till fall. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I plant stuff in the fall this time because I do have the dates on them, and I have them when I want to start them. So that helps me out a little bit. But otherwise I forget. I just do not remember, and don't do very good at that. So I do have more things out here I want to sow. I've got some more beets and beans I want to sow, but that's not going to happen today. Hopefully we don't get a ton of rain. Thursday we're supposed to keep getting rain, so maybe won't be raining all day and I'll get some more stuff planted. But I'm headed inside, so I hope you enjoyed this pruning, planting video of just kind of what's going on around here in the middle of March, towards the end of March, I guess. Be sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to be lovely lights today.